Every Friday morning I meet one of my buddies down here, and once in a while we'll have another buddy or two, but most often it's my friend Mike Stafford. Mike's with me this morning, and we meet down here Friday mornings just to catch up on what's going on in each other's lives. We grew up here in Laguna Beach together. I think Mike came to Laguna in second grade, if I'm not mistaken. And we went to elementary school together, we went to junior high school together, high school together, and we've maintained that connection through college. And then we got reconnected even after out of college a couple of years, and kind of resurrected a friendship that was really tight early on, and we were great friends growing up, and then, you know, as life goes on, we separated apart and then kind of came back together. Laguna's very much that. Laguna brings people back together and brings community together. But so those people, right, those people that I was interviewing,
yeah.
We did a video before that was with Darren McClellan to talk about buying a house in Laguna. You know Darren McClellan?
Yeah.
We use Darren.
Yeah.
So we sat down, we did this. I said, Darren, how do we buy a house in Laguna? Tell us what the steps are, all this. These people were sitting like in that table right there, and they overheard. We were talking about Laguna, and they could tell that we were talking pretty deep about Laguna, and they're like, whoa, how do these guys? And we got up from that interview, and they said, what are you talking about? What are you guys doing here? And then I said, hey, wait a minute, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to do an interview? And I grabbed these guys, because we were done, basically. We were going across the street. And I said, come here, let's interview these people. And I sat down with them, interviewed them, and I'm like, we have 20 minutes. I gotta go a showing at Brook Street, 540 Brook Street. A new listing just came on the market. Marla Gear, right? Who lives in Central California now, has a desire to move back to Laguna, right? So she's going, Marcus, this new house on Brook Street, I wanna go see it tomorrow. So she's driving down that Saturday morning to come see 540 Brook Street. We do that interview. I'm like, we gotta go meet Marla Gear at 540 Brook Street.
Yeah.
Those people who lived at 919 Oriole, they now move into 571 Brook Street. 919 Oriole is next door to where Marla Gear's family is and grew up.
And still.
Well, no, I don't think they are anymore.
Okay,
but
okay.
anyway, that's where they grew up.
Yeah.
Marla Gear's parents and those people were best friends. They ended up being best friends, right?
That's amazing.
I'm gonna get emotional again. But so we leave that interview. I go meet Marla. We show the house at 540 Brook Street. We come out on the street. We're, talking about the neighborhood, all that stuff. Lo and behold, up Brook Street come these people who were interviewing. Those people.
That's amazing.
In his funky hat, he's walking up there with their bags from the farmer's market.
Yeah.
I swear, I'm going to get more emotional.
It's
probably.
cool.
But they come walking up. It's a beautiful morning. You see them come, and Marla doesn't know what's going on yet.
Right.
And I said, hey, I go, oh my God, good to see you guys again. Here you are. Did you guys just walk from Anastasia? And they're like, yeah, we're just getting home.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, I want to introduce you to somebody. I said, this is Marla Gear, right? And she starts tearing up. The woman starts tearing up. She goes, Marla Gear, are you kidding me?
Wow.
You were this little. Oh my God, I was just like.
And now she's 50-something.
Yeah, no, she's 53,
Yeah.
Wow, she was 2 years younger than us.
That's incredible.
And I just, I wish we had the video there to see the emotion of what was going on.
Yeah.
When she realized that was Marla Gear, those were her parents were their best friends 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And now here's Marla. It was just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, that's just a perfect example of what Laguna can do. I mean, she just had a desire to come back, and look what it did to everyone. Even just think how it made those people's day, seeing this little girl who's now all grown up.
That's what I mean.
It brings us all back together, and it's done it to you and me too.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The funny thing about those people too that I look further into is they used to. Do you remember a company called like the Pasta Machine? They would make homemade pasta and stuff.
Yeah,
These were those people. They started this whole thing, and they started it up in Seattle, and I think they brought it here. I forget the exact story, but they were the ones behind the Pasta Machine. And I remember as a kid, the Pasta Machine being like
the label,
the gourmet of pasta, like.
Right.
The rich people got the Pasta Machine, right? We got frickin' whatever, but anyway, those little things, to me, that what makes Laguna this small hometown little, That was cool. And right behind us is Bally Thorne, and Bally is my best friend's mom. It was funny, last night there was an art installation for the new art piece that has been installed at City Hall. And this will be something that we can weave into this too, because I've got some footage from that. And Elizabeth Law, do you know Elizabeth Law from Laguna?
Sure.
Now Elizabeth Law Healy.
Okay.
She's an artist. And did you see that dog that's in front of City Hall right now? That's Mirror dog. It says Dream Big, this giant.
Yes.
That's Elizabeth Law's piece, right?
Cool.
She lives in, I think, North Carolina now, half North Carolina, and then some here. But she's always had this connection to Laguna. And so they had sent out, I think the chamber put out something, or the city, about this new art installation. And it said Elizabeth Law. I'm like, I'm going to go down there and see her. I haven't seen her for a long time. And
I want to see if she was in class behind us.
she was 86, class of 86 for sure. Quiet, super cool.
Really nice girl.
Yeah,
really nice.
Anyway, so I went down there thinking, oh, there'll probably be a couple of people who show up there. Dude, I mean, our class, a lot of people from our class, a lot of people from her class, kind of the art, you know, different crew than what we hung out with.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. I mean, Bally was there. A lot of our old people that we grew up with were all down there supporting her.
That's
it
great.
was super cool.
That's
and
great.
Quite honestly, some of those art installations, quite frankly, have not been that exciting, with all due respect. But this one, I love. I think it's fantastic, and it's got great energy. People love it. And so anyway, I thought that was kind of a cool thing too.
That's cool.
To do that. How'd you guys get to Laguna? How'd you get here? You and I met in Aliso.
Right.
Second grade, is that right?
Right.
Okay, you got here second grade. What's up?
Actually, at the end of first grade, at Mrs. Henderson,
Okay.
at Aliso School.
Okay.
We moved from Woodland Hills, and my dad had just passed the bar and got a job in Fullerton for a law firm.
Okay.
So they moved down to Laguna. He liked to play beach volleyball and body surf.
Yeah.
And they always vacationed in Balboa Island. But he had other people that were moving down this way.
Yep.
A couple other new lawyers.
Yeah.
And so we moved down. We moved to Victoria Beach and Edo Way.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we started playing beach volleyball down there. He would and taught us. And skimboarding. That's right when Victoria skimboards were coming out.
Tex and Lynn and
Tex Haynes and
Prieto's.
Peter Prieto were the two original partners in that.
Yeah.
And the first batch, Peter backed his VW Bug down the
ramp.
An amazing day. Amazing. Yeah, he had like 5 or 6 a batch of fresh skimboards, wood back then, right?
Yep.
And there were small ones for the kids and big ones for the adults.
Yep.
My dad had bought me one for my birthday, $16. He wrote a check to Victoria Skimboard for $16. They delivered it on the beach. It was a little swallowtail. It had my name in pencil, Mike.
No way.
Big Sun Victoria Skimboards. It was
Did Tex deliver it to you? Just like
Peter and Tex, they delivered. It was like Christmas.
Yeah.
Gave it out to the kids and the teenagers, and it was amazing.
So Tex, honestly, Tex is a guy we should be interviewing for this too. Tex would be awesome, and he'd do it for sure.
Without him, there's no skimboarding. There's no skimboarding industry around everything.
No Vic skimboard contest, none of that stuff.
Yeah, and all these kids making money. You know, skimboarders online too, which is a great opportunity. So he's set up opportunity for future Laguna kids.
So then we go to elementary school, go through that, Aliso, Thurston at that time, we go through 6th grade at Aliso. Thurston's only 7th and 8th grade. We go to 7th and 8th grade. We're like in 5th grade, I moved down to 3 Arch Bay, which was the neighborhood that Mike ultimately ended up moving into. The rich attorney, his dad makes money, moves down to 3 Arch Bay. They move into behind the gates. We're outside the gates, but we're still good friends. Eventually, we ended up moving inside the gate, on sort of a road that's not quite in the gate, but it is.
Cayecita,
exactly.
Little street.
Little street.
You were in.
Little street, barely part of 3 Arch Bay.
Do I sense a little bit of animosity?
Maybe.
Because the Skenderian dynasty is much bigger than our dynasty. Let's get straight here. Okay. So yeah, you moved closer, we got closer. We got real good friends with Mark Draper. We were the 3Ms.
Yep.
We had Mrs. Kennedy together.
Yep.
We were real tight. And you know, it was great.
Yeah.
We played flag football, we rode bikes, we body surfed, we did all kinds of great stuff.
Then Mrs. Mudge in 6th grade, we had
Mudge.
Mrs. Mudge. And then Thurston, and then high school here in town. You start getting into volleyball. Mike ends up he plays volleyball. He goes to college, goes to UCLA to play volleyball, ends up playing on the pro AVP tour for a number of years as well. And but during that time, that's the time where we kind of, I don't want to say we went different directions, right?
Yeah.
And we kind of separated. And then again, after college, after we grow a little bit, we get reunited here in town, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Pretty much right then.
Yeah.
And we've been tight, and that bond that we had early on, I think there's something special about people who you grow up with. You just kind of know what you know. You know what they grew up with, you know the culture, you know what you can expect. So Mike, over the years, Mike actually now runs a painting business. We've hired Mike a number of times, referred him to a number of people. People love Mike, love his service, love his connection to
painted your
Laguna.
house.
Yep, you actually painted our house. We're going to talk to you about another project we've got coming up as well.
We just painted your dad's building over on the highway there, across from the Surf and Sand Hotel.
Yep, super cool.
For more Skenderian.
Yeah.
So, M. Stafford Painting, if anyone's interested.
Awesome, yeah, we'll put that out there, no question. Okay, what else? Laguna, how has it changed in your opinion since we've been here? I mean, a lot, but
Yeah.
a lot has been retained as well, my guess is.
It's a lot. There's a lot more people. A lot more structures that close everything in. I'm not sure if this little town, hillside town next to the coast was meant for all these mansions.
Yep.
They're very small streets.
Yep.
So it's very impacted, but there still seems to be a small town feel to it.
Yep.
And I still see people like yourself and teachers,
I know.
all the time.
I
I
know.
walk through town, I see people that I've grown up with
Yeah.
and their parents or their kids,
Yeah.
and just, it's great. The
Yeah.
familiarity and the warmth of it is still here.
Yeah.
And I think even the outsiders that come in pick that up.
Yeah.
And they want to be part of it.
You can feel that when you're like here at Zinc, you see people come into here and they're just trying to get a feel for Laguna, and they even get a sense of this community that occurs around here. Like there are these tables around us right now of just community, people hanging out and getting to know each other. And like look at there and
That
there
have been together
behind
for
us.
years.
For years.
These ladies have known each other maybe
Great.
longer than you and I have known each other.
There's a lot of history at that table,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But anyway, that's one of the things that to me is so special about it. And
yeah,
again,
yeah.
we don't appreciate that as we're growing up here.
No, and the sense of belonging, I come back and I feel like I'm welcome here.
Yeah.
And I feel like I belong here.
Yeah.
And that's a real important feeling to have.
For sure. What would you change if you could change anything about Laguna, or what would you like to see different?
I think, how can we get away from the hustle and bustle?
Yeah.
It just kind of comes with every day, right?
Yeah.
The people and just the pace of life
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Gosh, I would love to get just back to a slower pace.
I know.
But how do you do that? You look for it in the summer, but it seems to ramp up even more.
Yeah.
So just mornings like this where I can come down and,
Yeah.
and just be,
Yeah.
myself with you guys and enjoy Laguna as it is right now.
Well, that quite honestly is how this whole thing started, is life and a pace of life has just gotten so frantic, especially over the past few years with COVID and what we've been going through with that. And this was a way Mike and I and our friend Matt decided, hey, let's come down and meet every Friday morning just to talk and just connect, because we've lost that connection. And through that, over the past few years we've been doing this, it's been awesome. It's been, it's taken our friendship to another level. I feel like we've reconnected again.
Yep.
And we've been able to connect to our community through this too, and it's super cool. We're doing this at Zinc, but there's all sorts of places around town where this is occurring and this small town feel is happening, and that's what we're trying to do. I just want to connect living in Laguna with real estate, and I don't want to try to sell real estate. I want to sell you guys on the life of Laguna Beach, and if you like that and it's something you're interested in, we can help you with that. So that's it. Thanks.